What is going on, y'all? I'm back. Take those knives and put them off to the side. We're making another video here, and it's pretty much after that. So, just to let you know that this has all kind of happened back to back. We're looking up good at these jug blades, it's jug blades, and it's Lee. Welcome back to the show. We got a couple other new knives today, so I'm gonna show these knives and give you something different. So last time, it was the last knives that I showed you. We remember we had the Fugly, we had the tack knives, Goliath. You know, we had some pretty nice knives. We're going in a different direction this time. This is going to be a little bit different direction. We're going with an Kizer. We're going with the Kizer. Now, I was reading online. I didn't know what this Kizer was because they don't really say on the name of the box what kind of Kizer it is. But we got here a Kizer Genie. That is what it's called. Now, this will be the first knife I own with micarta. So, just to let you know, I've never owned a knife with micarta, and we got a little bag there. Nice little thing here. I'm guessing in here we have our little cloth and some instructions and stuff like that. Nice boxing. I don't mind Kizer. Kizer has some pretty nice boxings at times, and I have to say, really nice. I love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into this knife. This knife is quite thin, small. I would say this knife feels very light. If I could say myself, this is probably 2.5 ounces, if that. Micarta. Micarta is just light. Now, this is my first knife that I've owned that's micarta. Just to let you know, it has a hole in it so you can actually do a front flip, a back flip, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of a tang here, meaning that you can do a front flip on this bad boy. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Since I'm not the best and I'm still learning on the front flip, we'll go with the front flip. Woo, nice. Now look at that blade. What did I tell you about Warncliffs? You know that I love them. You know that I like them. This is a very beautiful looking knife. It's very small, it's very thin, and really nice. I mean, very easy accessible. I mean, nice. I mean, the deployment of this is just beautiful. I mean, we are looking nicely here. I mean, we got something really nice. So, just on that behalf, so we got this Kizer core. We got my Kizer core mat. We're gonna bring that into play. You know I love bringing that knife into play, so we're gonna go ahead and bring that into play. This is actually a little bit longer than the Kizer core mat, and we'll go with the pyrite. Pyrite next. Pyrite. We got the pyrite, and the pyrite looks like it's about the same as the pyrite. So we're looking at the same length. Difference is this is way smaller. And let's just be honest. G10 is light, but it's not as light as micarta. Now, I have never had a micarta before. This is my first micarta knife, and I'll tell you this is light. I mean, and just feels, I mean, what micarta feels like to me, it feels like carpet. You ever gone on carpet and just felt the carpet? And I'm not talking about carpet with fur and stuff like that. I'm talking about carpet that's just on the floor that you feel, that has been shaven down and it's a little bit more closer carpet. That's what this feels like. And this is, I mean, my hand fits kind of perfect in it. Not really too perfect, but if I choke up on this blade, we got a little bit of perfectness right here. Look, I mean, we're looking good. I mean, I love this. But I love this. This is nice. This is going to stop me from going forward. This little finger groove inside here. I love these finger grooves. They need to do these on more knives and stuff like that. Either the finger grooves or you need the back flipper up here to actually have the back flipper stop your finger from going forward. Because we all know if you don't have something stopping you from going forward, you're not going to run into the blade. And you want to make sure that when you're doing like any kind of job at all, that was beautiful. I mean, let's just check that out. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to let it go off. Okay, so it's got a little bit of a click there. So it looks like it's going to, that's that catching a little bit. So it does have a little bit of a catch there. So we're going down. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful butter. What do we got here? We got Right down the middle, my friend. Right down the middle. Really nice. I don't do that on a lot of knives, but I'm going to start trying to do that a lot more often now. So just to let you know. I know that I really kind of stay away from that stuff. I'm new to the game, man. It's gonna take time for me to understand that I need to give you all the information that I can as an individual, and all that information requires me to tell you what I feel, what I see, and what I, as I'm looking at this knife, I'm gonna give you the instructions that I'm giving you, that I'm feeling as I'm holding this knife. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I like this knife. And we didn't say these on the last knives, but we got the clip here. Looks like it's not quite total deep carry, but you know what, with this micarta and the way this micarta looks, it's not going to be, it's just a little bit, it's going to be stepping out, and I don't think it's going to matter, because micarta almost looks like a pair of jeans in some way or another. It kind of looks like cloth, so it will kind of match into your pants, meaning that this will feel like you're having a deep carry, if you ask me. I mean, it's just logic, I mean, if you see something like that coming out of a person's pocket, but you don't see metal, you just see this fabric, you're not going to think anything more than that. That's not a knife. Because who puts fabric on a knife? A normal person wouldn't think that, and that's the thing. I mean, we've got a beautiful knife here. I mean, we got this sheep's foot. I love it. It's nice. Got the Kizer logo right there. I dig the Kizer logo, by the way. Everybody hates having logos on their blades. I think it's amazing, because I like the representation of Kizer. I like that. Now, there are certain blades that I'll say that I'm iffy on the name, so I don't want the logo up there. I don't want the name up there. But I like Kizer. Kizer is a good brand. Kizer is a good... I mean, I don't mind it. It's nice. If someone saw this and said, "Oh, is that a Kizer?" And I can actually show them that it's a Kizer, I don't think they're going to look at me and say, "Oh, well, you're hitting bottom." I mean, don't get me wrong. This is not a very expensive knife. We're looking about $70-$80 for this knife right here. And I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't feel like $70-$80. I mean, we got Nitro V steel. Nitro V steel is a Bowler steel, which is from Germany, and very nice steel. I mean, a lot of Kizer, Civivi, and sometimes Vosteed's picking it up now. So it's kind of getting around. I would say, let's just think of it as M390. M390 gets out there on a lot of blades. A lot of these blades, they're from China. Kizer, Civivi, China. Guess what? They're right next to Germany. Germany's making their steel for them. Well, at least patenting their steel. And that's just what it's all about, my friend. And I love it. It's beautiful. I like this knife. I can't say anything bad about it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's put it up to the test. We did put it up to the test of the Kizer and the CJRB, but we're going to go ahead and take some budget knives. And those are really budget knives that I just showed you. Just to let you know, they were budget knives. I mean, because we got to be honest. Okay, but I'm going to go with some lower budget knives that are from Walmart and are nice knives. We got our Civivi Mini Praxis there. And then, of course, my favorite that I'm going to make beautiful in the end, we got our Civivi Elementum. And, I mean, we got a beautiful pair of knives here. And, I mean, as you can see, this Kizer is just way bigger than them both. I mean, we're looking at something at least a bit colossal, and that's pretty cool, man. That is pretty cool. Now, we will go on with the show. But as far as I'm concerned, Kizer, amazing knife. Amazing. I like it. I think it's great. I think if you wanted to get a knife, I would say this is kind of like a gentleman's knife. It's very nice. It's very prestige. It's very small. It's not too big. It's really thin. I would say it's a nice knife to keep on the low. And then not only that, you got the beautiful sheep's foot, so you got that point there. So when you get yourself up there and choke on it, you can get that point down. That's what I love about sheep's foots. They're really good for just getting in there and just cutting stuff like leather or something like that. I love that. So we're going to put that to the side. That's what we got here. Now for our next knife. Now this knife is coming all the way from China. Of course it is. We're going with a Geo knife. Now, Geo knife. This is not a very known knife. This is a new company. Very new company. It took them over a month to give me my knife. So just to let you know, if you go get a knife from them, it takes about a month to get it. They do have some in stock. but this one wasn't in stock when I got it, and I really wanted this knife. Now, we're talking about prestige stuff here. We're talking about, I mean, so as you can see, they give me springs, little cloth, Geo, nice. I like it. I like the boxing. I think the boxing is great. Okay, very, very nice. Now on to the knife. Now what we got here is polyurethane, I think that's what it's called, and it's a see-through plastic. Very nice plastic. I would say this is better than G10. The feeling of this is a little bit more, I don't know. I like the feeling of this. It's a lot more cooler. Now the cool thing about this knife is we got a lock bar. So we got lock bar access. No one knows what lock bar means. When you pull down on these lock bars right here, it releases the blade from being locked up here. Blade gets locked. You just pull back on that lock bar and it allows the blade to fall down. That is nice. We got thumb studs right here. It doesn't have any back flipper, nor does it have a front flipper. It's all dealt with the thumb studs. So I'm digging that. If you don't like that, don't get it. We got a deep carry clip. Nice. With just one other little tagging that Geo. I don't think anything on the blade says Geo. As you can see the inner mechanics of the knife. I think that's really cool. That way you get to see. Now, on a lock bar, it's got a spring. The spring, as you can see, if I pull it up here, you can see the spring comes from here to here. And you see it's got adjustable springs. That means you can release the tension to lower as it is right now, or you can make the tension harder and harder, which makes it that this knife has a little bit stronger of a spring. Now, the thing about spring-loaded systems like this, they're due to go bad after a while. The thing that's going to go bad the first, it's going to be springs. And that's the reason why this company gives you extra springs. Because you're going to have a spring on this side, you're going to have a spring on this side. So as you can see, 3 locations, you just move that spring over here and adjust the spring so you get a tighter situation so this thing closes up and is a little bit better. Now, cool little thing about this, we have M390 steel. That's a Bowie, my friends. That's a clip point. That is beautiful. I love, this is probably my second favorite knife, because Bowies and clip points, I just love them. You know, I think they're so amazing. I mean, that Rambo knife, I mean, this is like a mini Rambo knife, and I've always loved the shape of a Bowie, but I mean, the Wharncliffe is new to me, because I've never been in the knife game, so seeing a Wharncliffe is just cool to see, and I'm digging that. This is old me loving the way this looks. So I would say this is second. Another cool thing about this knife, as you can see, we have, like I said, deep carry clip. Clip can be placed on this side. And a really cool thing that they put detail with. As you can see, there is a piece of metal in here to hold the screws so you don't get any gunk or anything like that when you switch sides. You just screw this off, take that piece of metal off, put it on this side, screw this off, and replace the other side with it. It's amazing. Just the detail of precision. Some of this stuff is in titanium. I believe this is titanium. Just this metal right here. The screws aren't titanium, the screws are metal. And I believe this middle thing is titanium. There's titanium studs on this thing. They spare no expense. This is titanium. I can prove to this is titanium, just to let you know that all those pieces I'm telling you is titanium. Unfortunately, when I put this on this, it's going to no, it's not magnetizing. It really doesn't have a lot of magnetizing. You can get a little bit because you're getting the screw, but if you go to this side, not much, because this is titanium, and there's the screw that goes through it, unfortunately, so that screw you're getting is a little bit titanium, but that's not titanium. That's not steel. That's titanium right there. That's a titanium clip. Nice. I mean, these guys spare no expense. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, you can go to their site and buy some knives from them, and the cool thing about them is this is, I believe I paid for it a month back. I believe I paid $60 for it. And I'll be honest with you, $60. I think it was $60. It's gone up, I think, to $60, $70, and it could be because of the tariffs or something like that. I don't know. I couldn't tell you right offhand, but now it's $70. So, I mean, I can't stop that from happening. $70 is $70. But I paid $60. That's what I paid for this blade. I paid for this blade and this plastic and this. I mean, this is just amazing. I mean, awesome. Awesome. I mean, these are on washers, by the way. So washers will take a while. These are on, I believe, bronze washers. I mean, that's how I read. If you look inside, you can actually see the bronze washers inside of there. These are on bronze washers. And that's, it's either bronze or phosphorus. I think it might be phosphorus. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. But I know it's on washers, and it's either bronze or phosphorus. It's one of the two. I can't remember what I saw online. It's possibly phosphorus. But I mean, even at that, everybody says that they're great, but the problem with washers is washers take a while to get in, so you have to play with the knife. You have to get the knife, you got to get it. I mean, as you can see, I've been playing with it quite a bit. I mean, I've actually opened up the box and I actually looked at it because I was just, I had to see it, my guys. I mean, I had to look at it, So I was playing with it for a while, and I just wanted to get it loose enough because in the beginning, I'll be honest with you, in the beginning it was really stiff. As you can see, it caught a little bit there. So, I mean, you just got to get these washers worked out. But I'll be honest with you. This one is $60. This one is $70 right now. I believe it's $70 for this knife. Now, the cool thing is you can get the titanium version, meaning that the scales are titanium for $125. You're paying $125 for titanium scales and M390. This is 60 to 62 HRC. A lot of you don't know what that means. That's good. That's decent M390. You want your M390 to be that. Let's just put it this way. Every point means a lot. Okay? Every point means a lot. And the cool thing about it is M390 can go as low as 58. I've heard it's gone as low as 58 on some knives that are not treated very well. And because of that, it just makes it not that great. It makes it not worthwhile to get that M390 because that M390 is not a super steel. But if it's 60 to 62, which that's what this is, the 60 to 62, he puts on there that he vacuum treats his blades. I mean, the guy says everything that he does, and he puts a lot of work and time into these knives. And the thing is, they're amazing. I mean, I don't know where you're going to get an M390 blade, okay, and then titanium scales for $125. You tell me where you're going to get it. I mean, if it's American made, you're paying $500, $600, $700, $800 for it. Possibly even more, depending on the American company. Because American companies, they have a way of juicing cash out of your pockets. You already know that. Now, Chinese dealer like Civivi and Kizer. Now, let's just get this right. Chinese, those are not really Chinese dealerships. They're actually Americans that are buying from China, and then they're reproducing the knives back here to us in the United States. They're still China-made. It's a China-made product, but it's they're putting their thumbprint on. They're going in and saying, I don't like this, I don't want this. I'm going to touch it up here, I'm going to touch this up here, and do this, and then I'm going to call it this. And that's what it goes. But you're paying for their assistance of making these blades. When you have some prime person that's a really good knife maker like Chris Reeves and those that goes to Kunwu or something like that, or not even Kunwu. I mean, I don't know if they do. I just know that a lot of these high-end individuals that make knives that have names, they go to these Chinese companies and they say, this is what I want you to make, this is how I want you to make it, and this is how I'm going to make it. And when they do it, they just do touch-ups and they do their stuff. The thing is the Chinese just they supply you with the needs of having the stuff that we don't have here in our states. Okay, that's what they do. They supply us with the stuff that we need, and then the Americans go in and they redo it and change it. That's why when you go to We Knives and you pay $300 for a blade and you're thinking, why am I paying $300? Well, because guess what? An American got a hold of it. American hasn't got a hold of this knife yet. This is not a hold of American. Right now, there's a Chinese representative, a Chinese man that's making these in China, and someone's buying them and bringing them in here to the United States. That's what's happening. But he's not changing anything. He's just showing you what this man is doing. And then this guy is charging his very cheap price because that's what he would charge if he sold knives. And unfortunately, he lives in China. You can't have these knives in China. It is against the law. So he can only sell them to places that actually allow this to be sold. In the United States, hey, we represent a lot of the community of knives. And that is just logic. So if that's the logic, which I know in a way you're like, well, then why don't we make them? Well, we don't make them because nobody here wants to waste their time making screws and metal and stuff like that. They just want to make the knives. They want to create the knives. They want to be the inspiration of what the knife looks like and what the knife has and everything. But they don't want to fucking make it. Fuck that shit. Someone else can do that. I can pay someone cheaper to make it. And that's what We Knives are. That's what Kizer is. These guys, they go out and they buy they buy these people that are from China, and they make the blades and the stuff for them, and then they'll probably go in and they'll probably redesign this shit. That's the thing you don't understand. They do that, and with them doing that, it's an American putting their touch onto the knife, making it American made, if you really think about it. Because in the end, all your stuff comes from another country. Mostly China. Why? Because they're the cheapest people in the world. They pay their people not very much money. They pay them nothing. Okay? Because we live in America, we demand money. And when we demand money, and if you go through more hands to demand money, the price of a knife starts going up and up and up and up and up and up. And the next thing you know, it's expensive. That's why when you go to Medford and you buy a blade from Medford, they're fucking expensive. You know why? Because they still get their shit from another country. But what they do is it goes through the hands of too many Americans. The American makes the knife. The American makes the stuff around it. Stuff that comes, the plastic, the metal, all that stuff, God knows where it comes from. We have a place called Crucible that was here in the United States. It's no longer here. It could not succeed in the United States, meaning it bankrupt. If it bankrupt, what does that tell you? That they're going to outsource their metal. From what I've heard from a few people on the tuber, they say that it's being outsourced now. From what I heard, someone in France bought it. So there you go. Now you're paying for France to build your steel. It makes the ignits. That's what it does. Then it gets deposited to this place called Niagara or something like that. They make the plates. See how many hands this procedure goes through until it gets to you? Now, if it's in China, it's in one hand. One hand and one hand only. They make it. They do everything there. Therefore, when you buy their knives, you're going to get something like this for a decent price. And then let's understand something. China is where a lot of our metal comes from in the world. Therefore, that is where you're going to get it. Oh, by the way, centering on this, beautiful. So we'll go ahead and put this up. I'm going to stop ranting on. We're going to put it up with the new knife, the new Kizer that I just showed you guys. Now we got that there. We'll go into my favorite knife. You'll always know, I'll always do it. That's just me. Do the Kizer blade. And that Kizer is bigger than that blade. So as you can see, this knife is not as big. This is actually a medium-sized knife. Because of course this is a large one. We'll come to realization that's a large knife. This is a mediocre knife, but in some ways it's a little bit big, but I mean it's not as big. I would say this is a medium-sized knife. So those of you that have medium-sized hands and stuff out there, this is probably something that would suit you well. So we're looking at about 7 inches. Now I looked on the site, their blade is 3.1 inches. I don't know why they do that. They like to fuck you over by 3.1 inches, meaning that actually, is measuring this, I'm getting 3 inches, not 3.1 inches, but it may be, I don't know. I don't see more than that. So I think the technicality of this is, I don't know if it's going to be such an issue and problem, because if someone measured that, they wouldn't see the 3 inches. I mean, maybe if it comes down a little bit more, like here, it can be 3.1, but I don't know if someone would be that technical, to be honest with you. And if they measure the way they're supposed to, you're going to get a 3.1 out of this. And it says it on the site that it's 3.1 inches. A lot of people are like, it kind of doesn't help those people that can't have over 3-inch blades. But I don't think you're going to have to worry too much. I think you're not pushing it with this blade. I think this blade, as you can see, as we looked there, it didn't really look like it was over 3 inches. It looked like it was kind of under 3 inches. So I think you're safe. And this is a nice blade. I mean, like I said before, we got M390, and like I said, these bronze washers, they will take a while. I mean, it takes a while. From what I've heard on washers, is they take a while, but once they get worked in, beautiful. I hear they're like butter, just back and forth, back and forth. I mean, we can get back and forth, kind of. I mean, we don't have it pretty much. It's like I said, it needs time. It needs time to be going back and forth. But there's nothing wrong with this. Let's just be honest here. And I mean, as you can see, the M390 is right, I believe. Let me see if I can find it again. You can see it's just right there. Right there. That's where we have our M390. So, I mean, nice. I like it. I love this knife. This knife is beautiful. It's got a lot of promise to it and everything. All right. So like I told you before, the last time, I have one other blade that I bought at a yard sale. I don't know. It's a fixed blade. I told you I don't like fixed blades. But this fixed blade really caught my eye. And the reason why it caught my eye is, first off, it's M390. And it's got this, I mean, you look at that. That is just beautiful. Look at the shine, mirror finish on the blade and everything. I love it. I mean, it's got a naked girl on it. So I don't know. Sorry. As you can see, a little portrait of a naked girl on it. It says Loveless or something. RW or Loveless or something. I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue. This might be like a... I'm sorry if I'm putting people off. Like, oh, what kind of pervert puts Loveless in a lady that's naked on it? I don't know. I don't know. I mean... I'm not here to be safe. Fuck, you know it. When you came in here, that wasn't. I mean, we weren't talking safe. We weren't acting safe. I mean, as you can see, it's got a little bit of a drawing on there that's kind of inappropriate, I guess you could say. But hey, that's this blade. It's. I don't know if it's American made. I have no clue. I haven't looked it up or anything like that at all. Just like the other one, but I loved it because it was M390 and it's got that mirror finish on M390. I mean, that is beautiful, beautiful. And this hilt, oh, I mean, the see-through on that plastic with the little gold glitter on it, with these little, it's just, I mean, it's very intricate. The intricateness of this knife is just, it's beautiful. I like it. I really do. I really do like the way it looks. I'm not going to carry it. I mean, I got it because I just liked the way it looked, you know? I mean, it's like that guy that, I mean, you're going to hear it when you see it. I mean, this is just a beautiful knife. I like it. I like the way it looks. I mean, this hilt is just so small, but it fits. It just fits in the hand. I mean, it doesn't fit in my hand the greatest, but it fits enough in it, and it's comfortable. It's comfortable, and it's nice. I could put my fingers up here. No jimping whatsoever on this knife. None whatsoever. I guess there's a number over here too. So, I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue if this is some kind of, like, sexual knife from Italy or something like that. Loveless. I have no clue. I have no clue. But, you know, Bullard 390, German still. So, I mean, really nice. I don't know what I mean, like I said, it was at a yard sale. You know, bought it, got it, tried it out. I mean, as you can see, I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's all together. All nice. I mean, nice. I like it. I like it. I mean, I don't know. I have no clue what the fuck it is, and I really don't care. I just like the way it looked, and that's why I got it. So, I mean, but for y'all, hope you liked the show today. Two good knives that I will say that are really nice. They got my vote of approval. Vote of approval. I like them. I love them. And like anything else, we out.